3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
He was evil incarnate, a liar, a thief and a manipulator extraordinaire who reached the highest echelons of power. His name? Roy Cohn. In fact, there was a fictionalised version of him in Tony Kushner's Pulitzer Prize-winning play, Angels in America. Cohn was a confidant and friend to presidents such as Ronald Reagan, business leaders including Donald Trump, the mafioso, and before that, J. Edgar Hoover. He was a Jew who took pride and pleasure in condemning fellow Jews to death. A ruthless and unscrupulous lawyer, if Cohn represented you, he fought tooth and nail to have you acquitted, and if that wasn't possible, for a greatly reduced sentence. He put fear into the hearts and heads of his legal adversaries. He was highly intelligent, dogged, belligerent and loyal. He was also gay, wanting sex with random men every night, but refused to come out of the closet. Of course, it was a different time, when admitting to homosexuality could be a career killer. This is a fascinating documentary about the rise and fall of one of the most controversial and influential Americans of the 20th century. His 28-year career ranged from acting as chief counsel to Senator Joe McCarthy's communist-hunting subcommittee to moulding the career of a young Queens real estate developer who later became US president. Cohn formulated his playbook in the 50s, but it's all too familiar today. Here are some of his plays. Always attack. Never admit blame or apologise. Use favours and fear to ensure support for your objectives. Expertly manipulate the media to gain advantage and destroy your opponents. Wait, there's more. Lie shamelessly, invalidating the idea of truth. Weaponise lawsuits. Evade taxes and bills. And most importantly, inflame the prejudices of the crowd by scapegoating defenceless people.
Movies First with Alex First.
After setting the scene, the doco becomes chronological, starting in 1951, when Cohn was recognised for his abilities as a fresh-faced young man. In fact, Where's My Roy Cohn covers his entire history, from his birth in 1927 to his death in 1986. It carries us from the Depression through the Red Scare of the 50s to the 70s and 80s New York high life of wealth, celebrity and Studio 54. We see Cohn interviewed on several occasions throughout, also sought are the opinions of relatives and professional colleagues who don't hold back. There's a lot to unpack, and Where's My Roy Cohn moves along at pace, painting a damning picture of a man without a moral compass. I was intrigued, fascinated and appalled not only by how he operated and by what he did, but by the fact that he got away with it for so long. The doco, directed by Matt Tyrnauer, doesn't glorify him, but recognises his achievements and shortcomings, and Tyrnauer doesn't hold back when he says in the production notes to his film, and I quote, George Santayana's aphorism, those who can't remember the past are condemned to repeat it, is more haunting than ever. Where's My Roy Cohn scores a 7 out of 10.
You've been listening to Movies First with Alex First. Subscribe to the full podcast at Stitcher and iTunes or your favourite podcast distributor. This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.